Internet crew, I have become a magician. Watch this. Box. Magic, magic everybody. This is a box. My name is Multiplier, and in today's magical video, not sponsored by the way, I purchased this from Amazon. It's basically, I've started opening it already. Are we even recording? We are recording, so I had an idea and I went onto Amazon and did the cheapest way to do that idea. Box has disappeared. That's some additional magic. I could have done a magic trick there, but I didn't. What's this? What's this? It's the cheapest one that didn't look horrible of Amazon. It's apparently called Tenka, but that's not important. What is important is what it does. It's called a digital photo frame. Stay with me, don't worry, the really good idea is coming soon. In fact, it's in a few seconds. I'm going to open this. In fact, I'm going to explain it as I open it. Done it. Okay. So, how many times have you read a book or you've heard something interesting, you've heard a saying, a quote, or something, maybe there's something you want to do. I'm going to put this in the distance. Maybe there's a certain thing you want to focus on. Maybe, you know how when you're reading a book, and oftentimes there'll be an idea in the book. Principles from Ray Dalio, that book full of principles. Ding, life principles, lots and lots and lots of them. But of course, when you're reading the book, that's great because you're reading the book so you can remember it. But after you finish the book, months later, it can be quite difficult to remember what was in the book. And I can find oftentimes in lots of books, there's maybe 1, 2, 3, or in the case of Ray Dalio's book, hundreds of principles that you want to incorporate into your life. It could be as simple as this one, or any of them. This is probably the best example, in fact, principles from Ray Dalio, but it doesn't just have to be that. It could be a quote from one of your favorite people. It could be just a thing that you personally have figured out. So in the case of, well, not myself, but in the case of, say, Tim Ferriss, a principle that he likes to live by is, was it Tim Ferriss? I'm thinking of a different one. So a video I've done before, one of my favorite principles about time management is should we stand over here? No. Yes. Do hard things when they're easy. It's a principle about time management. So, see the video for a full explanation of that, but it makes sense to me, and it's something that oftentimes you can forget. I'm going to stand back over here. It could be something like, so yes, a Tim Ferriss one. What would be a good Tim Ferriss one? Oh, so Tim Ferriss is a big fan of asking good questions. So a question he likes to ask himself is, what would this look like if it was easy? So you could take a principle from Ray Dalio's book, Principles, or a Tim Ferriss quote, or an idea, a concept, and you want to incorporate that into what you do. You want to build that into the patterns in your brain so that you don't even have to think about it consciously anymore. And that takes time and conscious effort. But the difficulty is actually remembering all these things, because if you read books, it's just a lot to remember. It's hard. You can write them down. I've got a book over there. I want to pick up the books. I have a book. You've seen books before. This is more of a, I say I read books, I listen to books on my telephone. This is a physical book that I sometimes write down ideas or concepts that I've heard about in a book. So it's almost like my principles, almost like Ray Dalio. Things that I'm working on or ideas that I think are useful in guiding everything I do. So I've written them down in here. But of course, that can be difficult because, the pen's the wrong way around. If the pen's the wrong way around, then I will explode. Okay. Oh, the pen's not straight. The pen's not straight. Oh, no. Okay. The pen's straight. The pen's straight. No, it's not. This is a disaster. The pen's not straight. How is anything going to happen in the world? Okay. Oh, the pen. I keep making it straight. Okay, everybody. The pen is straight. Don't worry. You were worrying. You're worrying the pen. I've been talking a lot, but this is all pretty important preamble for the actual idea. In fact, I might have told you the solution to my idea already. I've got myself in a muddle. As I'm sure you can imagine, it's all well and good having the idea in the book, but it's hard to necessarily remember that on a day-to-day basis. So what I did, the genius I am, is purchased one of these, a digital photo frame. I'll put that out shot, out of mind. So this is a digital photo frame. It's the cheapest one that didn't look completely horrible off Amazon. I think this was £40, so it's probably going to be quite bad, but that doesn't actually matter because of what we're going to put on here. We're not putting photos, we're going to put ideas and principles and things we want to do. So I haven't actually read the manual or double checked this will definitely do what I want to do, but what I want to do hopefully is have, say, basically make a whole bunch of images of all the different principles and ideas I want to incorporate into what I do, and then have it change, say, once a day or something like that. So I need to read the manual for that. Quick frame, digital photo frame, quick user guide. So this is just the user guide. Are we still recording? We are still recording. Play photo. What are you doing? So there's a whole bunch of things. Interval. There's a 15-minute, and I might have to hopefully maybe. So I need to have a good look through here, but it might turn out, looking at this, that 15 minutes is the longest I can have each thing on. So basically what I want to do is have this somewhere in my house. I haven't decided exactly where. Somewhere in my house, somewhere that I'll see it, but at the same time won't be too... I don't want to say in the studio, otherwise that will actually be distracting. I want it somewhere in my house that I see every day, but that won't necessarily distract me. So not in the bedroom, maybe the kitchen. The kitchen could work. Not in the studio, probably the kitchen or living room, probably the kitchen, definitely the kitchen. I think the kitchen. What you kitchen? Kitchen, because I go in there every day. I don't go in the living room every day. Sometimes I go 3 or 4 days without going in because I'm up in the studio, up here. So kitchen, I reckon, somewhere. Anyway, the location's important, but not important for the video. What's important for the video is me telling you this. So I want a different principle to appear, ideally, say, once every day. Like a different idea, a different thing to think about, a different thing to do once a day. But it looks like maybe once every 15 minutes might be the limit. I'll have to, just reading from this, hopefully I can lengthen that. Oh, I'm a genius. What I can do. Okay, I'm a genius. So either I can lengthen it from 15 minutes to a longer length. Is that a word? Yes, that's a sentence, kind of. So I can either lengthen it from 15 minutes to longer, hopefully. If not, I'm going to get creative. So what I'm going to do is have, say, work out how many, let's say I want this to change. So let's say I want this to change once every day, but the loop thing, or the slideshow, the pictures change once every 15 minutes, hypothetically. What I can do is work out how many 15 minutes are in a day using my mathematics skills. And then I will do, let's say there's 20, there's a lot more than 20, but let's say there's 20 15 minutes in a day. In fact, it's not even difficult maths, is it? So 24 times 4 is 4 times 20 plus 4 times 4, which is 80 plus 16, 96. There you go. That was my math skills. Is that right? Internet or editing. Is it 96? Is there 96 15 minutes in the day? I can look it up on my phone to save editing. So this is a true test of, are we still recording? Yeah, I'm still recording. A true test. So I actually have a mathematics degree. Over there. Lol. So this is me putting my maths into. I've got a certificate saying I can do this. So let's see if I could do it. 24 times 4, 96. Look at that, everybody. So that was money well spent. Put that there. Went in weird. That's what she said. Okay. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So let's say there's 90. So there is 96 15 minutes in a day. So what I could do is put 96. That's a bit. That's fine. So I can just use copy and paste. Something I'll work it out. So I could say theoretically let's say I want one principle to go, because you can probably make sure the order's fixed. You can make one principle happen 96 times. So it happens 96 times for 15 minutes at a time. So it basically changes once a day. And then I'm just doing the maths in my head. That's I'll work it out anyway. It's not important. What is important is that's just details that I will work out. What is important is the idea. So I will have this. It's got a stand. It's got a remote or something. I don't know. Remoting things. What does this do? Is this the stand? What do you go in there? I bet you do. Just put it in and twist it. That's what she said. Sort of jibber jabber it in. Now some more consumer advice is when buying the cheapest things off the internet. I mean, this wasn't the cheapest photo frame, but it's on the cheap end. This is £40. The ones you really want apparently are more like £80 upwards, but they do have more features. Not necessarily better build quality, probably better build quality. Twist it. I've done it. I've done it, everybody. I have done it. Right. Why is that? Why have I got different options? I don't want different options. That's different to the other thing. Let's twist it. Just twist it. Twist it. Pivot, friends. Okay. There you go. Look stand. Brilliant. So I can put this somewhere, like there. I'm not going to put it there, but I could put it there. I'm going to put it somewhere in my house and have different ideas, principles, things I want to work on in my life and in the universe. Ideas, concepts, questions. And that will provoke and inspire better brain things. Well, I can see myself. Funny. Cool. Pretty cool, right? It's a cool idea. So if there's something maybe hopefully you're trying to improve in the universe. So hopefully there's some ideas or things you want to work on. So what you can do is have one of these guys, make a little image, just go on the computer and make an image. Make sure screensaver doesn't happen, because you know what I'm like with screensavers. Put a little image on here with the quote thing on it. And then you'll see it, and that'll remind you. I'll be walking downstairs or in the kitchen or something. I can put it in the landing, maybe. I might do that. I'll find a place for it. Don't worry. I can move it. It's portable. It's got power, battery powered. Not that portable. It needs a power cable. But that's fine. I can always just lift it up, put it somewhere else. Probably the kitchen. You can put your ideas on here, see them, and that'll make you think. So maybe you see, like that classic Tim Ferriss question, what would this look like if it was easy? You could see that and go, what would this look like if it was easy? And then that would provoke you to think about something. Or it could be another Tim Ferriss question. How could you double your output in half the time or something like that? So, or how could you 10x your output without putting in any more work, something like that. So it's like a thought experiment. Obviously, you can't always 10x your output without increasing your work, but forcing yourself to try and think that way will get you potentially thinking of new ideas that might 2x your output, or get you halving your effort needed, or whatever it is. It's all about getting you thinking. The brain, the human brain. I've been reading a book about the brain. I'll show you it. The human brain is a wonderful thing. It's also very complicated and confusing, but also... Don't play. It's like playing. How do I don't want to review the book. Not now. Okay. It's called the book Incognito. I'll screenshot this. 3 hours, 52 minutes remaining, as you can see there. See, 3 hours, 52 minutes remaining of 10 hours roughly. So it's very interesting. If you get this book, really, really good. The first hour to hour and a half is nowhere near as good as the bit after that. So the first hour and a half is cool, a good primer about the brain. But don't get put off if you're not hooked after an hour and a half. Skip through a little bit and then jump in. It's some of the most mind-blowing things I've ever experienced about the brain, the human brain. So that's what's it talking about? Got distracted by the brain. My brain got distracted by a brain. That's insane. Can't think of any other words that rhyme with that. Train. Something about you need to train the brain, otherwise your brain will go insane. I'm clearly not a rap star. I keep getting that's really weird. I can see myself in the reflection. Anyway, so an idea. Digital photo frame. A way to... Because the book's closed over there. It's not very good. What's inside? I've no idea, because I can't remember. So this memory. I'm turned on right now, but you get the idea. Cool. Fantastic. And I will put that very... Be careful, it's cheap off Amazon. We're recording. I'm just going to kick that very delicately into the side zone. My name is Multiplier, has been Multiplier, still is Multiplier. I will catch you guys on the flippity flip. This video is sponsored by me, my website. As you can see here, I have a whole range of things available, from serum presets through to serum tools, samples, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Do check it out, link below, multipliermusic.com, and/or subscribe. Thanks for watching.